You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio on ESPN Radio 1700. Now, live in studio, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Let me remind you, if you have any phone, easy for me to say, boy, my tongue is really tied this morning. If you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. You can call me anytime. It's already told you that. But when you call, just remember, that's the number that comes to me first. There's no operator standing by. I'm it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. A lot of news going on this morning. If you're contemplating the real estate industry, a lot of news going on. Why would I say there's a lot of news going on? Because it's not happening in the U.S. The news is all coming from overseas. It's all got to do with China. So think about this concept about China. They're telling us, in essence, that their economy is dropping. Their economy is slowing. They devalued their currency overnight. And it's really having a major impact on our stock market. We're down 230 points right now on the stock market as I chat with you. The all-important U.S. 10-year Treasury down 10 basis points. That's 0.1%. That's a big move. It's yielding 2.13 right now. Why does that matter to you? How about connecting the dots for us? Well, here's the connection. The U.S. economy, the economy of China is second only to that of the U.S. If you've got an economy as big as China's that is dropping, does it make any sense to you that the U.S. would still be in a great economy, as great an economy as some in the Federal Reserve want us to believe, as the administration wants us to believe? Yeah, you probably know better than that.
You know better than that.
Absolutely. They're so intertwined. If we're buying a huge amount of product from China, guess what? Their economy would be doing well. If their economy is not doing well, that's saying, maybe there's not the sales, maybe the U.S. is not buying as much. Why would we not be buying as much? Well, it's because our economy is not doing as well. So think about that. I'm looking at an article right now talking about a bubble in the stock market. Wow, have you heard that before?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a long time, that there was no reason for the stock market to be up over 18,000 and growing. No logical reason for it, but it kept on going up and up because of the Federal Reserve manipulating our currency, keeping our currency artificially low. How do you make money with that when the stock market is going up? Well, I've shared with you many, many times some safe and secure investments that are going to get double-digit or historically have gotten double-digit returns. We can't promise what they're going to do in the future. All we can talk about is what they've done in the past, and in the past, they have got us a double-digit rate of return. If it's happened before, can it happen again? Certainly. That's why we talk about it. Economics, I'm going to try and do this off the top of my head, but way back when I was at Chapman College, now Chapman University, we discussed the issue of how do you define economics. And it is the study of the past to better understand the present in hopes of predicting the future. Study the past, understand the present, predict the future. Well, when we look and see why was the stock market going up, it was going up because people thought the stock market would go up. We talked about that from the Wharton professor when we were talking about the fact that the housing market is not in a bubble, because there is logic as to why the housing market is increasing. There's less supply, there's high demand, valuations are going up at a moderate pace, all positive issues. We've also talked about the fact that with a low interest rate environment, it's a great time to be buying real estate. So with all of that in play, understand that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. So now what are you going to do about it? Here's the issue of what I'm going to share with you. Lock in. Get in place to restructure your debt, your household debt, not just the debt on your home. I'm talking about all of your household debt. We talk about this on a regular basis. We think about the idea that we've built equity in our home. And, I'm not a big fan of building a lot of debt. I think that you should have as little debt as possible. I am a big fan of having correct debt, having the right kind of debt. That makes sense. What is the right kind of debt? Well, it's debt where you can leverage the debt. It's debt where you can make more money on your money than it's costing you for the debt. Or it's debt where you're actually going to drop your expenses. Okay, so let's think about that. If you're already in debt and you've got, as many people do, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in credit card debt, you're paying anywhere from 12 to 30% interest. You've also got car debt. You're paying, if that's going to be a significant amount of interest, anything over 6%, I'm going to call it significant, just for our purposes here. Maybe you've done some home improvements and you've put it on a financing. Maybe you've bought some furniture and put it and you're financed it. Let's think about the numbers right here of what you can do if you take advantage of the existing home market and you take advantage of the pricing that we're seeing now. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with interest rates going forward. Nobody knows what's going to happen with interest rates going forward. The economists and the smart money is basically saying interest will go up. At some point, I concur, it will go up. I don't know when. If it goes up as much as they're talking about by the end of this current or next year, well, you can't go backwards. You can't look back. But let's think about it right now. You've got some equity in your home, and you've got a bunch of debts that you're paying 12 to 30% interest on. What if you rolled all of that into a single loan secured by your real estate at anywhere from the high 3s to low 4% interest rate? Roll it all in. Yes, I understand that now you're taking debt that you would be paying off quickly. If it's a car, maybe 3, 4, 5 years, and you'd pay it off over 30 years. But no, what my suggestion to you would be is for you to take a look at that debt and continue making the same payment that you're making right now. Continue making the same payment you're making now, but using a lower interest rate, then you're going to pay off that debt quicker. Think about it. Roll it in. This is how smart money works. You heard in the debates on Thursday night, Donald Trump, now he started off with a lot of money. His dad gave him $1 million to start his business. Gave him $1 million to start his business. A lot of money. Unquestioned. He's made that into $10 billion. I don't know whether that's accurate or not. That's the reported numbers, $10 billion. He did it by using smart debt. He told us that he filed bankruptcy, his businesses, 4 times. And he's proud of it that he did what was right for his businesses, for his family, for his employees. If it's right for him going from $1 million to $10 billion, what if you only did 10% of that? Maybe you went from 100,000 to 100 million. What if you did 1/10 of 1%? You see where the numbers are? Roll the numbers into your house. Pay it off quicker. Smart debt is the solution. I'm going to talk to you more about that when we come back. How to deal with smart debt. Call me. Let's get this going for you while we can take advantage of the markets. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, don't wait to move up to your dream home. Jumbo mortgages, they're on the rise. Fierce competition and pricing on the jumbos, really? Could you lose your business in a divorce? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Ron Siegel Radio Date Night Trivia, presented by Reunion Kitchen and Drink. Friday, Ron will pose a question based on on-air conversations during the prior 7 programs. The person to post the answer according to the guest conversation will win a date night package, including a dinner gift card for Reunion Kitchen and Drink. You might even be able to say hi to Ron when you visit Reunion Kitchen and Drink.
In these uncertain times, it's getting harder and harder to find a safe and effective method of investing. If you're looking at retirement options that can provide some real security for you and your family, look no further than a reverse mortgage with Siegel Lending Team. Hundreds of thousands of other Americans are already taking advantage of reverse mortgages. It allows you to eliminate monthly mortgage payments, pay some bills, or simply enjoy your retirement more. A government-insured reverse mortgage with Siegel Lending Team allows seniors to stay in their home and turn their equity into tax-free cash. To qualify, there are no credit score requirements, and remember, you continue to retain complete ownership of your home. Call 1-800-306-1990 to receive a new special edition handbook, Feature Reverse Mortgage Borrowers, plus an educational brochure absolutely free. Find out more. Call Siegel Lending Team today, 1-800-306-1990. SiegelLendingTeam.com, that's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or 1-800-306-1990.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the Mortgage Minute today, brought to you by Commerce for a Cause. Do you have a business? Do you take credit cards? If you take credit cards, you're paying a credit card processing fee. Who gets that money? Goes to your credit card processing company, your service provider. How much of it do they give you or the charitable organizations that you like to support? Yeah, you're right, nothing. Well, Commerce for a Cause will give 20% of that money back to the organization of your choice. 20%. Nice. Commerce for a Cause. So what jumbo originations, they're surging, competition, pricing. Originations of jumbo mortgages continue to increase in the second quarter with lenders chasing volume by lowering interest rates. What does that mean? Well, the lenders want this business. Why? Because their loans, jumbo loans, are loans that are above the county lending limit for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So in Orange County, the lending limit is $625,000. In Riverside or San Bernardino, $417,000. San Diego, it's in the mid-500 range. Jumbo loans are anything that is above those numbers. If you're looking above those numbers, then what you want to do is, hey, take advantage of the market the way it is right now. Get that going for you. 417. Now, why is that market going up? Well, it's very simple why it's going up. It's going up because the investors are pricing to that marketplace. That's how investors determine what they're going to do, who's going to get more money, where the benefits are going to come from. They price it accordingly. The jumbo mortgage right now is priced more aggressively than the average mortgage, than a standard mortgage. Generally, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't generally make sense for it to be that way. It generally makes sense that the lower mortgage, the conforming loans, are going to be at they're going to be at lower pricing. Well, if that's not the case, why? Because the government has made it so difficult, and there's so much paperwork involved right now in dealing with these loans that the standard person, the companies don't want to deal with it. They don't want to go and they don't want to do the loans because there's so much paperwork. Pricing is done based on cost benefits, right? So if you're going to price based on the cost, you're going to price based on the expenses. We do that in everything. Gas. Why was gas up at over $4 a gallon recently when the market really didn't make any sense for it to be at that kind of a price? Well, the reason that it was up over $4 a gallon is there were costs involved. California, we like high prices. We like to do things that way. If that's the case, and it is, what happened was we only could get our gas from one location. California gas is a blend all of its own. Higher price, higher cost. Costs go into the expenses. Same thing on the loans. Now, we're talking about pricing on a household loan over the last, I think the number's 10 years. Pricing, the expenses to do a household mortgage has gone up 241%. 241%. That's how much the cost, just for a lender, mortgage bank, the big bank on the corner, the cost of doing a loan up 241%. Why? It's called government regulation. I know that the president likes you to think that you just put this in place and the company's going to pay for it. No. Companies don't pay for anything. They advance money. When Walmart goes overseas to buy product, yeah, they advance that money, and when they sell it to you, they get the money back with a profit. Now think about this. If you buy a $1 widget, let's go backwards. Let's say Walmart goes and pays $1 for a widget, and they want to make hypothetically, they want to make 50%. So they're going to sell it for $2, right? So 50% margin means they paid $1 in the profit. Now, what if the government comes in and says, we're going to put all kinds of regulation on you, and now that $1 cost item is going to cost $2.41, 241%, $2.41. They want us to make the same money. Now they're going to sell that same item for $4.82. They just pass it along, but guess what? Now they made more money because their profit dollars are based on a percentage. The percentage is based on a higher number. They make more money. That's why when we see gas prices go up, the oil companies, their margin still stays at about 1 or 2% margin. But they make boatloads of money because it's 1 or 2% of a bigger number. 1 or 2% on a $4 a gallon item versus 1 or 2% on a $2 a gallon item. Are they complaining? No, they make more money. Well, mortgages are the same thing. And when the government puts all this regulation in place and the cost of a mortgage has gone up 241%, well, guess what? You're going to pay for it. That's why we've been talking about that the jumbo loans, think about that one now. They'll say, well, I can work on a smaller margin on a bigger loan because it's going to be the same cost. There's a lot of fixed costs in there. The processor doesn't charge any different for processing a $1 million loan versus a $100,000 loan. Fixed cost. The appraisal doesn't go up proportionally. Might go up a little bit. The title, the escrow, they go up a little bit, but the fixed portion of it is still going to be the same. So now the lenders, the investors say, well, we're going to do a jumbo loan. We're going to do it for less money. And that's why we're seeing that these jumbo originations are getting a bigger share of the market. That's why it's cheaper right now. If you've got a great mortgage banker and you go into them and you say, I want a loan for $417,000. They might say, how about doing $418,000? Why? Because they know that they can give you a better price. It falls into the jumbo pricing arena. Are they going to tell you that? Maybe. Maybe not. It might be that it's easier for them to go into the conforming prices, so they don't give you that advantage. They don't give you that knowledge. It might be that their company will do it quicker, and they can do it easier on the conforming because they just sell it off easier. They can go to different investors, so they don't tell you these things. I'm your advocate. I'm going to tell you like it is. That's why before the break we started talking about the idea of something that was around a long time ago, but it's available right now. It's called a debt consolidation loan. You roll all of your debts into a new refinanced loan. Keep the payments that you're making the same on that new loan, but if you're doing it on a smaller interest rate, guess what? More of that money is going to principal. You're going to pay it off quicker. So you can get a better value. Unless, of course, you're one of those few rare people that says, you know something, Ron, I'd rather continue making a bunch of small payments, understanding that if you make the minimum payment on a credit card, say you've got a $5,000 credit card, and you're making the minimum payment, you're looking at about a 35-year payoff on that because the interest is so much higher. And you say to me, Ron, I don't want to pay it off over 30 years and tie it into my house. Why? Do you like being stupid? No, you don't. What you want to do is you want to get it paid off as quick as you can. Roll it into the loan, continue making the same payments. So yes, your minimum payment on that new house loan, that restructured loan, could be lower. Your mandatory payment, the payment that you would make if you got into financial trouble, that would be lower. But if you do what I'm suggesting and continue making this, take the amount that you're paying right now for every one of the credit cards, every one of the car payments, and your house payment, roll it into the new loan at the low interest rates that we're seeing right now, add them all together, roll it in, and to make it one payment so you got extra money going toward principal. Watch what happens for your family. Now, I am not a big believer in a lot of home equity. It's called dead money. I'm also not a big believer in storing a lot of money under your mattress. That's also dead money. Stupid. People like to suggest pay off your mortgage. Why? If the government's going to give you money this cheap, the government doesn't give you the money. I mean, you understand that, but they're going to give you a tax break on taking money. If you're looking at, say, a 4% interest rate, and you can get them lower than that right now. But say at 4%, if you're in a 25% tax bracket, it's costing you 3% effectively for your money. Can't you do better than that with a great financial plan? Why would you want to leave it dead in your house doing nothing? We'll talk more about it. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, don't wait for your move-up dream home. Could you lose your business in a divorce? We'll continue our conversation on debt consolidation and getting out of debt and how you can do it strategically. You can call me anytime. Our 800 number, 306-1990, 800-306-1990. Ron at RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,985. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 4.75% APR, 4.812% of that payment could support a $375,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,985 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's $61,000 worth of home that you're missing out on by waiting. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender licensed under NMLS number 6066 and 217037.
Southern California attorneys have over 15,000 real estate agents to call in Orange County for their personal and professional needs. Why do they overwhelmingly call Melinda Johnson? Simple. It's the Melinda Johnson trifecta. Melinda is an attorney, real estate broker, and realtor. Does your family deserve the same professional services California lawyers demand? Call Melinda Johnson at 714-863-5485. That's 714-863-5485. Or on the web at freedomfirstproperties.com.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime. At 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Real-time real estate segment today brought to you by the VIP Hero Program. Are you one of our heroes? We haven't talked about who the heroes are in quite a while. So maybe we should chat about that a little bit today. Military, active, retired, reserve, National Guard, our law enforcement people, police officers, prison guards, state troopers, county sheriffs, border patrol, and yes, if you're retired, you fit in as well. firefighters, active, retired, volunteer, healthcare professionals, first responders, doctors, nurses, technicians, EMT, home health aides, ambulance dispatch, and teachers all qualify under the Ron Siegel Radio VIP Hero Program. What is the program? Well, the program is really simple. I've gone out and talked to, I'm lucky, very, very blessed. I do talk radio every morning, chatting with you, getting an opportunity to share what I believe is some very, very great, valuable information. I also bring some very wonderful people on the program that I think are worthy of your attention and your time, and we chat. When we do this, I ask some of them that I think are important, can they give back a little bit to the VIP heroes, the people I've identified as heroes? And many of them will say yes. Some can't, but many of them will say yes. That would be a lot of real estate professionals. What are they going to do? They're going to give you a discount. They're going to give you a rebate off of their commission. They can't discount the entire commission, and they can't give the other side, if they're the selling agent, they can't give the discount off of the listing agent. So if they're working with you, they can give a discount for you. If you're the buyer, if you're the seller, they can give you a discount. They can't do anything with their broker's part because they can't speak for the broker. The lending company that we work with, I chat with them and I ask them, can you give a rebate? They say yes. I've got a lender of choice that I work with. Is it always the same lender of choice? No. Because not always is that going to be the best one that I choose. I go out and look for who I think is best for you. If they want to be part of the radio broadcast, fine. But if they're not good for you, they're going to be out. I had a different lender of choice 7-8 months ago. VIP Mortgage doing a great job for my clients right now. That's who I send them to. Will they give a discount to the heroes? Yes. They'll give a rebate. Title companies are not allowed by law to give a discount. So what they've done is they've published special rates for the heroes. Credit repair. He's got a special program for the heroes. Estate planning attorneys, I've got some of them that'll give you a special rate. So we've got all these people put together. When you add it all together and you're buying a house, maybe $5,000 to $10,000 in rebate money for you. As a thank you from Ron Siegel Radio, I appreciate you. And how do we show our appreciation? Obviously, saying thank you is great. Giving you a check's even better. All you need to do is make the phone call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Now, interesting, why would that be happening? Why would we be looking to wait for a move up? That's an interesting concept. I'm always talking about move up buyers and the timing to buy that next house for you and your family. I've always shared with you the precise moment that is best for you to move up. The precise moment is when it's good for your family. Don't wait for when it's good for a real estate agent. Don't wait for mortgage rates. Don't wait for anything but what's good for your family. Now, I'm going to share with you the idea of purchasing power, because that's a very, very important concept, especially as we look and anticipate, all we can say is anticipate, interest rates going up. Well, if interest rates are going to go up, and at some point they will, what's that going to do for your buying power? And I'm going to use a very, very simple number here because we have to use the number going straight across. Your buying power, if we're looking at a $400,000 home, and I'm just going to use principal and interest, rounding it to the dollars. I'm doing this for education, so please be aware that this is not APRs and all the other things built into it. Just trying to demonstrate buying power. At 3.75% interest, it's going to cost you $1,852 for a $400,000 house. $1,852. Now, what if you want to look at, you can't afford, the interest goes up to 4%. 1852 is our budget. That's what you're going to qualify for. Well, now you can only buy a $390,000 house. What if interest goes to 4.5%? Well, same basic pricing. You're only going to be looking at somewhere right around $370,000. So you've lost almost 10% of your buying power, 7.5% of your buying power, by waiting while interest rates go up. You say, Ron, but what if interest rates go down? Well, we can deal with that, because when interest rates go down, we can handle it. We just say, okay, no problem. Interest rates went down. What we're going to do is we're going to restructure the loan again, just like I talked to you before the break about the debt consolidation program. If interest goes down, there's never a problem in restructuring your debt. What you have to do is look at the break-even analysis, and we'll do that with you. But you look at the break-even and you say, okay, I can restructure that debt as it goes down, but I can't do anything about it for you when it goes up. When interest goes up, you're stuck. You just have to deal with it, because you have the loan that you have. If you've got that fixed rate loan, you're fine, not a problem. Your interest isn't going to change. It's just going up. If you have a adjustable rate loan, well, it may go up over time. That's why I recommend, there's a lot of times you have to understand, you have to use the right program for the right person at the right time. And there's a lot of rights in there. I understand that. But think about it. If you're buying an FHA property, if you're buying a home with an FHA loan, well, tell me this one concept, please. How long are you going to keep that loan? And if I could show you how to reduce your payments, wouldn't it make sense to reduce the payments? Or do you like making a larger payment? I don't know too many people that like it. They're just not willing to do something about it. So with an FHA loan, what my recommendation is in most instances, look at the adjustable rate version. You say, Ron, I like to know what my payment's going to be for the next 30 years. Wonderful. Keep paying those high payments. How's it working out for you? Go with a 5-year fixed, and then it goes to an adjustable. Why? Well, the FHA program only allows that loan to go up 1% per year after the first 5 full years, until it maxes out at 5% above your start rate. Okay, so we can deal with that. So remember, we only keep our loans 5 years in this country, on average. And we have these things called cycles, economic cycles. We've got good markets and we've got bad markets. They're generally about 7-year cycles. I can't time the market perfectly. We can try, but we can't time it perfectly. So here's what I want you to contemplate. Take out that 5-year adjustable rate loan. If you're doing bigger loans, if it's not an FHA, then you might use the 7-year adjustable. They're easier to qualify for. That's the way to deal with it. And think about this way this is going to work. Your loan's going to go up. The pricing is going to go up at some point after the 5 years or the 7 years. Not a problem. But what if interest rates go down? Restructure and put another 5 or 7 years on there. What if your property values go up? That's awesome. If you've got the FHA program, you go into a fixed or a conventional, getting rid of the FHA mortgage insurance premium. You're going to always have a mortgage insurance premium on that FHA product. Get rid of it. That's the idea. That's why we use the FHA 5-year adjustable, is that way you could deal with that exact issue. Okay? So if you're dealing with that issue, get rid of that mortgage insurance. It's almost 1%. It's not quite 1%. It's almost 1%. Now, what if interest rates go up? Say you're paying a 4% or 3.5%, 3.75%, whatever the number is. Use 4 because it's round and it's easy and I'm simple. So what if you're paying 4% on the FHA loan, you're paying 0.85 on your mortgage insurance, so all in you've got a 4.85% debt to cover. Well, if you can get rid of that mortgage insurance and pay 4.5%, aren't you better off? That's the concept here, folks. Doesn't matter what the interest rate is, it matters what the Benjamin Franklins are at the end of the day. That's the concept. That's what I want to share with you. So don't wait to move up. It's going to cost you more in the long run. When it's time for your family, it's right for your family. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, could you lose your business in a divorce? We'll talk about it. You can reach me anytime. Call our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. You can also catch our broadcast live, RonSiegelRadio.tv. The video replays, if you want to see my mug, YouTube. All places. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com, or call today Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation in MLS 217037 and BCAL-BRE number 018694452.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com.
Just checking some of the messages coming in here.
800-306-1990.
Surf's up. Prices are down at the Honda Summer Clearance Event going on now at all 9 San Diego Honda dealers. Find your nearest dealer at sdhondadealers.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It's wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has the solutions for you. Here's the concept, the question today. Could you lose your business in a divorce? Well, maybe. It's one of those it depends answers. Obviously, in a divorce, and we'll have, I think next week we've got a divorce attorney coming on to chat with you. I think it's actually a week from today. Not positive of that, but I know it's sometime next week. We've got a family lawyer coming in to chat, and we'll get you all the details when that happens. Make sure you keep watching our website, Facebook pages. We post who the guests are going to be right there, so you have a good indication. And then obviously, if you can't watch us or listen to us live, shame on you. But you can check out RonSiegelRadio.com. There's an archive section. Probably about 400 shows in there, maybe more than that. Probably getting close to 500 now. Go to YouTube. Look for Ron Siegel. We've got quite a few of them there as well. And about 5,000 to 10,000 people a day watching those replays. All over the place. You can find us. So could you lose your business in divorce? Well, the divorce is an interesting process. Obviously, the concept in a community property state, which California is to go through and determine values of all the community assets. So in essence, what happens is the community being that it's almost like a business is the way when you get to the divorce stage. Everything that is community assets goes into the community. So you've got some things that are his, some things that are hers, some things that are theirs. Although California, we got to be careful of if we can say his and hers or theirs and his and theirs or hers and theirs. I don't know how it all works. Now you got Caitlyn Jenner in there. I don't even know how that even throws in there as well. But, and when did the asset, when was the acquisition of the asset? Was it before the community was created, before the wedding? Or was the asset created post-wedding? Was there joint funds used for the asset? All of these are different questions that are going to come about. And the idea with the dissolution of the community, the idea there is going to be just figuring out how you can make it equitable. It's supposed to be split 50-50 unless there is some sort of a agreement in advance called a prenuptial agreement. All of these things are questions that you need to contemplate depending upon where you are. So could you lose a marriage in divorce or a business in divorce? The answer is you might be able to, but maybe you can talk to some of our insurance friends and create, if you've got partners in the business or key people in the business, there is what's called key man insurance. And you can talk to them about how you might be able to protect the business in the event of. There's insurance for almost everything nowadays. So think about that concept and just see what makes sense for you. That is our Word on Wealth segment, again brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. I should get into our featured home. I almost forgot about it, sitting here as I'm chatting with you this morning and the clock flies by. Michael Esquera from Complete Realty Services brought us this property, 5 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, a half a bathroom. And I don't know what you do in a half a bathroom. Do you wash one hand and not the other, or half your body? Go to the bathroom halfway? I don't know. So 5 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, 1 half of a bathroom. Gorgeous view estate. Was on the market. Now it's back on the market. Prestigious Summit Point, gate-guarded community in Anaheim Hills, 4,100 square feet. Again, that's 21,580-foot lot. Whew. Pool, spa. Check this out. This is what I was chatting with you about before in the broadcast about the jumbo loans and how they make so much more sense. Now, I could show you ways of buying this property with 10% down. But there's also ways that you can buy it with a lower payment, putting a little bit more money down. 20% down, you're looking at a 4.35% APR. But think about that. That's on a 30-year fixed rate loan. But if you could put an extra 5% down, maybe you're going to be looking at a 3.65% APR. And you're looking at, thinking about these loan payments, it'll go down from $8,100 a month to $7,200 a month. $8,100 a month to $7,200 a month, using that 3.65% APR on a 7-year fixed to adjustable rate loan. That's what's called strategically planning your loan process and understanding how the market works for you and your family. That program right there is very, very simple for you to do. You just have to understand. Now, I'm going to share with you again. I was talking to you earlier in the broadcast. Again, if you want more information, I should tell you on this property, text 08140 to 79564. 08140 to 79564. You can go on to RonSiegelRadio.com or Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. We'll put the information on there if you want to reach Michael Esquera, Esquerra. I don't know how to say it. Mike! I can put you in touch with Mike as well. Just give me a call. I'll do that for you. 800-306-1990. Again, I don't sell real estate. I just talk to you on the radio about this. And it looks like a beautiful property. And I know this community. I've been in that community. I was there when they were building these homes. Unbelievable structure. Instead of having the squeaky wood floors, they used cement in a lot of these properties for the flooring below the carpet, so you don't have the squeakiness in the floors or anything like that. Great structural properties. Give me a call. I'll put you in touch with him. I was sharing with you earlier in the broadcast the concept of the debt consolidation loans. And while during the break I had an email from Blake, longtime friend, and he was asking me about the R.E.A.P loans. Are they still available? Is it something for real? He got a message as if it was something that was new. And no, the R.E.P loan is not new. It's been around for quite a while. Home Affordable Refinance Program, it's for those people that owe more on their property than it's worth or are very, very close to having, in the equity world, there might be a minimal amount of equity. So that program, yes, it is still available. Now, here's a concept that comes up a lot. People go to their existing lender, ask them what they can do for them today. And if it is that big bank on the corner, the answer in many instances is they tell you that they can't do anything. Why do they say they can't do anything? Well, here's the answer to that question. Why should they? You're making your payments on time. They're making a good amount of money because they didn't go for that 30-year loan that you did. They didn't securitize your loan with another 30-year hedging instrument. They hedged it with something that's a shorter term because they know at the actuarial tables that you're not going to keep your loan that long. So that's how they make more money. Okay, so when they're making more money, good for them, but they look at you and they say, why would I want to refinance with you when I can make more money? So you need to go, if you've got a loan with Chase, go to Bank of America, go to Wells Fargo. If you want to stick with a big bank on the corner. You know my feeling about that. That would be stupid to do. You don't go to the big banks. Why? They're great people. They're fine people. Got friends at all of them. I talk to all of them on a regular basis. Number one, if you're already with that institution, what's their motivation to get you the absolute best program possible? Go to a mortgage banker. They only get paid when they do a mortgage. They've got an incentive to make sure that you get a loan. Yes, they want to sell you a loan, obviously. If it doesn't make economic sense for you, don't do it. But they're going to shop around for you in a much more efficient manner and a much more aggressive manner, because when you go to Chase, they're not going to tell you what Bank of America is doing today unless it's worse off. If Wells Fargo is better than Chase today, I promise you Chase isn't going to tell you. They're not going to send you over there. That's not the way it works. A mortgage banker, they don't care. They're just out there to place the loan with whoever's the best on that given day. So if I look at the numbers today, I can see what Chase is doing and compare it to Wells Fargo and what SunTrust is doing at the same time. All of those are opportunities for you. If we look at all those opportunities, you find out who's got the best program on the best day. And that's all that matters, is the best program, the best day, when you make that decision to roll up all your debt into one smaller payment, or continue making the same payment and pay it for a shorter period of time. Call me, 800-306-1990. I'll show you exactly how it works, how you can save money, how you can cut down on your payment time, and set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak, if I could speak, about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A very big thanks to Steve, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1700.
Golf's final major starts this Thursday.